Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I had to remember what day it was. Sophie. Oh, took me a little bit more this morning trying to get stuff fixed and organized and, all the fun stuff with it. But I think we're good. I think sound and all that stuff is working now. I think. Anyways, I don't know what everybody has been up to this week, but I got back into playing Ark Survival Ascended. Is it really Saturday? I don't know. Could it be? It might be. They are blended together. And good morning, Kelvar. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, it does blend and all that fun stuff, right? All right, let's get that music going. Sophie, I see you. So, this morning was cold. I don't even know what temperature it is, but it was definitely chilly this morning when I was out walking the dog. Oh, yeah, it's only like 20 something. I was not prepared. Went out in like a light jacket, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a little cold. But managed to get it done, and we're good. Anyways, this week, I've been playing Ark Survival Ascended, the Astraeos map. Got back into that because they have added more content. Their last update gave it up to about 80% of the map. There's still like 20% left. But they did a really good job with adding tons of content. They went from like 30% to 80%. So, and I don't know if you've all heard it, but Xbox Project Helix is the next console, and it's going to be an expensive one. It is. Banuch, good morning. You have a Sophie treat? There she is. Let's see if this works today. Oh, no, it's not going to work. All right, let's switch over. I forgot to rehook her camera up because, you know, it's the same one that Jeepin uses for when we have she's doing Arwen's camera, because it has the little magnet base, so it'll stick to the cage. I know, Sophie. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I don't have a treat in my hand yet. Let me get this camera up and running. Just wait. There we are. All right. There you are. Roll it down. So, Brent, good morning and welcome in. We'll go back to doing a Sophie treat. Yes, first, well, you're the second Sophie treat today. You were slacking. No. You were slacking, and Panuch already beat you. So, are you almost done, Soph? You want another one? All right. Here we are. Good girl. Yeah, Panuch was on top of it today, Brent. So, you didn't make it. Sad to say. Sorry. Yep. Yeah, and Panuch, yes, the new Xbox is an Xbox PC put together. And I'm not sure I'm interested in it. I'm not sure. Good morning, and thank you for the lurk. Yeah, I don't know if I'm interested in it, right? I am interested in Valve's new system. So the new Steam box, right? That I'm interested in. The new Xbox / PC, I don't know if I'm interested in at all. But the more and more Microsoft keeps doing things and the way Windows is, the more and more I'm actually thinking of making my main computer into a Linux box. But we'll see. It'd be a little of a hassle, I think, but it can be done. It can be done. And Jeepin, good morning. I wasn't expecting you. You were going to run in to work and things would be on fire and you're going to have to go put everything out, fix all the stuff. It can be done. It can. Oh, and I'll have to get it to you, but I was playing a cool, I do VR stuff, but I use it upstairs a lot for like workouts. And so I've been doing this, I don't know, combination of like, you have to avoid obstacles. I think it's called power beat or something like that. But you have to like punch objects as they come at you. You got to be able to like dodge things. I think it's cool. I like using the VR for that. Mandatory is coming to Linux. Isn't that nice? Yes. They they are. You just wanted to stop in for a minute. Okay. Yeah. We'll see about that, Calvar. At least right now, it's just California. And while California, we ignore what goes on because they're their own little independent state country that nobody likes. So we're just going to wait. We're going to wait and see what happens. It could be bad. It could be bad. So if you don't know, age verification is being built into Windows and Mac OS, I believe, for all new, all the new computer stuff, right? And it updates, and I'm sure they'll update this one somehow, and it'll require it. But because it does it at a certain level, it makes it very hard for Linux to do it. I'm not sure exactly, like the kernel level, and I don't think the root level is designed like that. So I think Linux is going to have some problems if it's forced to have to do that. Yep. I don't know. Age verification, I see two sides to it. Yes, I understand having age verification so that you don't have kids going where they don't belong, right? Great. However, we are not on secure systems 90% of the time, right? Discord's age verification that is supposedly still coming is one case where it constantly is using a third party, and they are continually being hacked and everything, and everybody's data gets out. And yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the growing pains of a new idea like that, right? So I guess we'll see what happens with it. But anyways, in the game news, if you don't know, Mr. D-Boy put out his game into 1.0. So it's official launched. It came out of early access. And this is the link to it. If you like farming sims, cozy games, sort of resource gathering type stuff, this is absolutely the game, right? I like playing it. It's a good one. I play it when I'm working, so I have it on my laptop, my personal laptop, next to my workstation, and I just do stuff all day long with it, trying to make the best farm that I possibly can. Yep. And for those of you that like to join in and draw, the web whiteboard link is posted at the top of chat. And this is it. You can come in, say hi, you can draw, you can do what you want, just within term of service. What else was there? There was some other stuff I was going to talk about. I can't remember what it was that happened that was going on this week. Outside of everything, what has everybody else been up to? Brent, you're working on making improvements to the skill tree engine at the moment. So you might not draw today. That's okay. That's okay. It's there. Anytime. I do need to eventually, we're going to work on some of the skill tree stuff here, try to clean it up a little bit. But for the most part, yeah, we're getting there. And aliens, welcome in. How you doing today? All right. Well, let's drop over. And there it is. It's running a little slow today. I did fix some memory stuff that I was having with GameMaker. So the game now opens and closes much easier. I put in some cleaning stuff in, like cleanup steps. And I got rid of a couple show debug messages that were creating like millions of things because it was like every single frame. But soon you'll be able to zoom in and out of your skill trees, so you can make massive trees and easily pan and zoom to get the skills you want. That would be cool. That would be cool. All right. To show where we are currently at, let's run it. I managed to get a couple more things done this week. So for those that don't know, well then. All right, let me close that. Let me close this. That was not what I was trying to do. The last thing I did was I had updated this and made a new playable, and it is on the website, right? But let me put it back to there. There it goes. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's been a long week. I bought some new G parts that I've been needing. So got that. Went out. Yeah, we're going to just stop. You're going to make me close you, aren't you? Yes. Close project. Reopen project. So the last thing I did was I updated the itch page and made a like an HTML executable for me to put on the itch page. And it doesn't like to try to debug to GX games very well. So, oh my. Are we going to run? Not run? Not run. All right. I know. Abort the connection. All right. Fine. Close project. Close GameMaker. Anyways, it really throws it for a loop when you try to debug inside GX games. So let me restart GameMaker here. That should reset it. Hi, Soph. And let me fix my screen. There we are. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, things that I did this week. It is. I don't use it very often, so when I come in here and I try to set it to GX games versus Windows, and you try to run a debug, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like to debug inside GX games, but it will export to GX games just fine. So when you're making the game for GX games, you have to be under Windows to run it and run the debug. It does not like to do it inside, like debug into GX games. All right, so things that I've been working on. This is now the intro room, right? So we're gonna go ahead and you have, it's called the escape. You hit start game. You have a little guy here now. He's like, hey friend, I'm only here to, I can only help for a short time before they notice, right? You can hit space. You can move around during this time. It advances the conversation. It says, I'm creating a portal to get you to the next area. Go through the blue portal when it arrives. You must get out before they do any more experiments on you. Here, take this pistol to get started. You'll need it. Right? And then he up and leaves. And there's the blue portal. But you can go around and check out the little room that this guy's in. Right? And you can see some experiment stuff up here. You know, somebody's in a tank. turn that music down. That is not part of the game. That is just my chiptune channel. All right, so we're going to go through the blue portal. And now, for testing, oh, I probably should have removed that. Oh, well. I need to remove that. And then redo what I did this morning. All right. Come through. You can go in here. Here's your little helper, the guy that was just helping you. There, he's there to talk to you now. And things that I've added now. Enemies, if they hit you, will now start doing damage to you, right? So you can see your damage being done. But the essence stones that are dropping will heal you 2 points at a time. So let's fix a couple things because I've already seen where I messed up this morning. We need to come in here. I need to turn off those. So you only start with one weapon. And I think that's the big part. So here's the part that I was talking about, right? We're going to make a new file for the itch page. So I have to switch it over to here and choose GX Games. Do you limit how much damage the enemies can inflict or have an invincible phase? Say 20 hits, 20 enemies hit you at one. So there is. When you get hit, you get like half a second. Right now, it's 30 frames. Where you're not going to get hurt again. All right, let me make sure I'm doing this right. We need to set this to GX Games. We're going to run this, save locally as a zip. I've been working diligently all week on any feedback that I've been given. Right? And there we are. We're going to save that. We're going to upload the new file. Select, save. All right. If you want to try it, it should be good now. So let's just double check that. Let's start the game again. And I'll wait for OBS to see it. All right, there's the escape, the conversation. This guy leaves. And we'll go through here. All right, perfect. We start with one weapon now. So, this is the link to the itch page. You can get on there. You can be able to see it and check it out. And give it a shot, right? It is both controller and computer. So, or I mean, like controller and keyboard and mouse. You can choose which one you want to use. And we're going to play a little bit of it. You tried it briefly this week. Which part did you, when did you try it? Is there a maximize button? No. Well, we haven't made that yet. No one's asked for it, so I wasn't bothering. But you were the first person to ask, can this be bigger? So we could probably work on that. And I could probably put that like right here. Right. And that way, do you want it like a button to go full screen? Is that what you would like? Okay. Anyways, we'll do this. We'll run the game. And let's go to the next area. You try to maximize web games, not a showstopper. You think it would be good, if not too expensive time-wise? I don't think so. I think there's only a couple things I need to do for it. It's not really like big deal, right? All right, so you look around, you see the little room, right? I like the way this stuff has turned out, and with how our walls look. Because if you remember, was it last week? We were working on this stuff, right? And then I worked on a couple other things. So the walls match well with some of the stuff on them. I think it looks cool. All right, let's go into next level. We start with one pistol, which is great. So you start with 100 HP. Each enemy hits you for 5, right? But one of the things I added was, I was like, oh, what if you run over the essence stones, which are these things that have a little glow to it, right? And you're like, I need health. So when you run over them, it heals you for 2 points at a time, for 2 points per essence stone. Come in, we're going to choose one of those. One of these. All right, so I can't afford any more. We hit OK and go to the next round. So now I got 3 weapons. It'll only heal you if you're at max. It won't heal you if you're already at max health, right? But if you're damaged, it'll start to heal you. And you see the little +2 go up when you run it over. I still need to work on the stars a little bit, but I think the game has come along, right? We're what, maybe 3 weeks now until the end of the month, and it'll be a fun little game when it's done. All right. So I still have to come up with a conversation that our little friend here is going to have, right? Every time we come in there, he's going to say some random stuff like, hey, don't forget, I need, collect those essence stones for me. I need them. And give you random other things. Be like, hey, did you know if you walk over those stones, it'll heal you. That kind of stuff. Rise and shine, folks. Good morning, War. How you doing? We are well. We're going through and trying out some of the stuff that I've added to the game this week. So it's doing well, right? We're about 3 weeks away from being done with the game, and just added a whole bunch of new like details to this. Jeepin, we have risen but are not shining. No. Jeepin's at work, so there is no shining there. And how are you doing, War? How are you? I think I missed the last couple, but how are your Ark Survival Ascended Astraeos map stuff going? We had some trouble with ours, and it took us a little bit, but we finally got back into it. I don't know, some update messed it up a tiny bit, right? So, but we're good. We're back into it. Sophie, just sit. All right. After the last patch, it has been better, yeah. All right, let's go into here. This is where I think one of my problems is with the skill tree. Escape is not working like it should right now. Plus, this works, but I can't escape the... Oh, there it goes. That's weird. Why would it let me do that after I used the skill? And it actually did not update the player HP here. So I don't know what I'm missing again. I'll have to look into it. All right, level 3. This is where it starts to get a little crazy, right? All right, so taser, select it. Oh, wait. It says you are at max weapons. Need to choose a weapon to sell. Should be able to choose one of these. Oh, it's highlighting. I can see it changing the white border, but it's not very clear. It's supposed to move the yellow. I'll have to fix that. Well, I need to start making notes again. All right, so no, not right now. Let's get rid of this. Weapon cell panels not highlighting in yellow. Welcome in, Dead Slap. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. For those that don't know me, my name is 8Bits, otherwise 8BitsaByte, and I'm here making a game under a 3-month game challenge, and I'm using GameMaker. How are you doing, Dead Slap? Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. And this is it. This is the game that I'm making. It's just a small little top-down shooter. You know. So what were you working on today? All right, I'm going to close this because lots needs done still on level 3. You can see some of the laser stuff going that starts with the new enemies, but it's not quite working right. So, that's up. What were you working on, and what game engine are you using? Or are you developing something else? A lot of 3D art for your game. Just making sure you're getting the visual vibe right. Excellent, excellent. It's a survival crafting cozy game in Godot. Oh, nice. Do you have anything you would like to show for it? Do you have a link to it? Is it up on Itch or Steam or wherever? And if so, feel free to post that, and we can sort of see what you've been working on. A YouTube short of it? Sure. That would be fine. I was not expecting it to be so cold this morning, but it was in the 20s again, and my nose is running now from when I was out walking the dog. All right, let's take a look at this. This is your short. Let me pause that music. I like that. Oh, this is looking good. How long have you been working on this? Yeah, that's cool. I have not gotten into 3D stuff yet, but that's a nice job. That's a nice job on that. Yeah, a few months now. Excellent. You're pulling build systems and inventory stuff from other projects. Yeah, I mean, you know, we all pull things from previous projects. I do it all the time, right? So, like, these are all the different projects that I've been working on in the course of the 2 years that I've been learning how to do game dev. So, I mean, we pull stuff from previous projects all the time because each one of these, I worked on something new for like learning. And so I go back to them and be like, oh, I need this component. I need that component. How do I do it again? You know, fun stuff. But that's looking good. I like that. What are you at a spot where you think you're looking at having a entering like demo or beta phase or any of that stuff? Do you have a projected timeline on things, or are you just kind of working on it as you can? Yeah. We ran at it at the same amount of time. So before I started, I was not a programmer, right? So this whole time, I've been learning how to program it and my programming is only in game dev. So I've been doing it all in about 2 years now. And my last couple ones, so like the 3-month RPG is browser play. The current one, which is this is my top-down shooter that I am currently working on. And I've been doing 3-month projects, right? Why the 3 months? Well, the 3 months gives me a good amount of time to learn something. I forced trying to get a fully sort of functioning game into it. It has at least a game loop in there. Start, end, that kind of stuff. You have programming experience, but mostly website stuff. Nice. I haven't done website design in a long time, but I know I know HTML5, but like it was back when I was using like Ajax and HTML3, CSS design, that kind of stuff. But not for anybody. It was just like hobby stuff, right? Making your own stuff to throw out on the web. All right. This is coming along, right? Last week we finished up the start screen. This is kind of the starting room for this, and it's good. For sure. Game dev programming is way more fun. It is. And this is just a hobby for me. I stream 3 days a week. So I stream on Saturday, Sunday, Monday in the morning. only for a couple hours, and the rest of the week is when I work. So it works out, right? Nice, you got a raid and run. I appreciate you coming by, Dead Slam. Absolutely, anybody that was here, please check out Dead Slap. Let me do a quick shout out there, and I hope you have a great day. All right, so back to what we were trying to work on. Oh, let me get that music back on. Everything was looking okay. I need to. Let's run it again. I have to check what's going on with the skill menu. I think I need to put in an escape into the object skill tree step event of it. But we'll check it out here. All right, so now we have our little guy here. He talks to you, helps you. He runs away. You can go into the portal at that point. I do need to work on some of the weapons still. Give them better animations, better things that they do. Plus, I need to come up with what are they sort of like, I don't know, stats, right? What's the purpose of it? Why do you want it? And put that into the little purchase card so you can see it. Jeepin, you got your list of things to go check. You're heading out to save the world. Excellent. I salute you, and good luck out in the front lines there of tech support. You got this. You can do it. All right, let's go in. If I hit skills now, the skill button is always there. Can't do anything. I don't have enough skill points yet, but so hitting escape here does not let me back out, and I have to close the game. All right. Or I have to, yeah, because we don't have a escape in our menu here. All right. I think we need... Oh, wait. I think I have them right here. Skill tree button. Skill tree. I don't know if Brent's around. This is his, by the way. His amazing, easy skill tree builder. Right? I think if I just put above the if. No, wait. Maybe I can put it right here. So if we say if keyboard check pressed, let's do virtual key escape. Right. And we'll say active equals false, and then exit. All right, let's run it, see if that works. And don't forget, if you want to play it in its current state, for testing, I appreciate all the feedback, right? You can just go to this itch page. It's browser play. You can play it right there. You can leave comments on here. I do have them enabled, or you can join the Discord. And when you join the Discord, choose game development as one of your roles. it'll automatically add you to that section. And there is a whole thing inside one of the ones called game feedback. And it's called the escape feedback. You can go there and add your comments into that. All right. So let's go in. All right, let's see. Welcome in. Is itch.io limiting the width of the game the game can use on the page? Yeah, it's currently set to let me close this. Let me take a look at it. I don't have it set to being able to use on full screen yet. I was going to try to work on that today. It currently is set to, and maybe we can make it bigger a little bit here. It's set to 1024 by 768. We could do, yeah, because you manually have to set the size in it, embed it in page, click to launch in full screen. I don't know if it'll let me. Let's try it. I don't know what that'll look like. Save. All right, so if I don't have it set, oh, that made it bigger. Oh, look at that. How's that? The font, yeah, I just added the font for the wording a couple days ago. Okay, refresh and try it now. And welcome in. How do you say your name? Untick? Oh, no problem. This is why I have it, because like I do stuff and then I don't think about certain things, and I'm like, oh, all right. And where's Calvar? That may fix your problem too, Calvar. Hold on, mod. The auto mod stopped it for a moment. No idea. Your name is from a password generator with easy to pronounce function. Unticked. Okay. That works. That works. All right. It looks like it's pretty good. You can come here and refresh, and it will now, when you click to run it, it will launch it in full screen browser. So it'll make it bigger. All right, we need to go back in and check and test out what is going on with this skill tree stuff. And like I said, this is it's a 3-month project. We're about a little more, well, we only have like 3 weeks left until the end of this month. And that's when the game is done. After this, right, we're going to go and revisit the RPG game. The game is looking rather nice for a short project. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thanks, Brent. But yeah, after this project, we're going back to the RPG. We're going to spend 6 months and really take that game to the next level. Fix some of the current bugs in there. We're going to, it's got 3 biomes, 3 quests, 3 enemies in it. We're going to add more biomes. We're going to clean it up, add more NPCs you can talk to. It'll be a really nice game after 6 months, I think. because it's a pretty good game for only being 3 months right now. It works for you. How do you like it? Is that something you were looking at? Sophie, just stop. I know you're waiting. I like how this guy leaves. It looks pretty good. I like how I was able to get all of it blended. So last week, remember, we worked on the wall. Was it last weekend? Yeah, we worked on the walls. So we made those, you know, did a gradient effect on there. And I think the gradient effect looks really good with some of this other stuff that we did. So I think it turned out really nice. All right. We'll go in here. Wait for the enemies to show up. And I like the essence stone with the new look to it. I did add a little bit of a green pulse of a glow. I may adjust it, but we'll see what everybody thinks of it. And the essence stones now heal you when you walk over it, right? All right, here comes the thing. I made a skill button. And I literally had to write, I was writing out each letter with the pixels, but I think it looks okay. I couldn't figure out how to do the text in a bend, right? But come in here, I can't use anything. Will it work? Nice. All right, so we added an escape to it, so you can get out of the skill tree menu now. We're going to add a weapon. I can't do any more. This is working for me. So you can come here. It highlights the button. None of these work. Not yet. All right. So I have 3. After this round, we're going to check what you're talking about, because I know, like, I'm still working on some of that. It should. What it does is it swaps with whatever you had chosen. I got to fix it up. All right. I have 3 weapons, right? We're going to go into the menu. Let's say I want this one. That's 4, right? And I want 1 more. I can't. It says you are at max weapon. Choose a weapon to sell. So these are the 4 weapons I have. Now, the yellow is not moving, but I can see the buttons slightly change. All right. I wanted a throwing weapon. Let's get rid of the crossbow. And so now it says I can't do anymore. Can't afford anymore. I should have a crossbow, this, and 2 axes. Yes. So it works, but it's not very good at it. Right? It's getting there. It kind of swaps it, not like whatever weapon you choose that you're trying to buy, it'll say, oh, you can't do anymore because you're already at max. You select it, it'll automatically swap it out. All right, let's go back in here. So let's say I want another one of these, right? So I have 2 throwing axes and a crossbow and a pistol. Here, you can sort of see, I'm looking on stream too. Yeah, you can sort of see it. Like when you swap between them, it highlights it a little bit. I wanted the crossbow. It says this. When you select it, it automatically gets rid of it and swap it out. So if I click this, I should now have 2 crossbows, a pistol, and this. and then you can hit escape, go back in. I have 2 crossbows, a throwing axe, and a pistol. So it works, just not very clearly. So we'll be working on that a little more too, because I need to get it so that it's very clear with what it does. Although I haven't tried it on the browser. Well, let me close the game. Let's play it on the browser, because maybe there's something there, right? Maybe when it changes it to here, it's having issues. So let's go in. We talk. Yep, that's great. Thanks for the pistol. And this look of the lighting is kind of like a what's it called? A vinaigrette style. It overlays the light with the shadow to create sort of like a diffused look around the edges. All right, so we're gonna pick 1. Let's pick 2. We can't. Oh. If I'm on this side of the button, I see this doesn't like it, so it only has a little place to click. Oh, it's offset. All right, I can click on it below the below the button. All right, so next, on the next round, I should be able to get the 4th weapon, and we'll check. And maybe that's the problem. Maybe it doesn't like the full screen very well, and it moved it. All right. So let's pick one of these. I want 1 more, and I can't. All right, I see them moving. Let's get rid of the toilet plunger and let me come here and click on it. Like, the yellow's not moving at all. But I do see, like, these changing, like they're pulsing, or I don't know what the term is. Flash just a little. All right, let's get rid of this. It looks like it worked. Sort of. There. Okay, it worked. Just not very good. All right. Anyways, there is the ad break. I do need to take a quick be right back. Yeah, it kind of worked. So, but I think it's offset just a tiny bit, right? And depending on your browser size, maybe it's offsetting even more. So it's a fail point. So we'll have to we'll have to figure that out. But during the ad break, I'm gonna grab some more coffee. Now's a good time to get up and stretch, and I will see everybody in a few moments. So hang tight. Okay. That took me just an extra minute. I had to uncover Arwen, the 4-year-old Quaker Bear. Yes, I know. Because the time of day, today. That's right. Tonight, early tomorrow morning, time clocks are changing here in North America. Yes. I don't know if any other countries are doing it on this weekend, but here ours change tonight. Well, tomorrow morning. Right? All right. Let me look at one thing here. Okay, just a couple messages there. So we need to fix a variety of things. So it's a good thing we're here, I guess. Let's go into, let me think about it. When we were in the store, the cell panels were not highlighting. So let's make it so the yellow starts moving first. Let's try to work on that. Kelmar, you're going to bed an hour early so you can wake up an hour late. Excellent. Yes. Today or tonight, whatever, the clock change is going to be spring forward. So you lose an hour. Yeah. I wish they would just stop it, right? No, but we don't need the time change anymore. It would be nice if they would just pick one and say, this is your time. This is where we are. This is what you get. And don't have to worry about it. All right. I want system store manager here, right? Let's go to, I'm already in it, the draw. We need to find, where is my is selected? Should be like is selected, I selected. Right here. So we should put some notes here. Yellow selection box. Okay, now we want to clean that up. So border yellow. It's great. We're gonna still keep variable is selected. Let's think about this. I'm gonna have to tell it set color when selected. So we'll have to do set color like is selected. And we're going to try doing like a RGB, but then we'll define the color. I think will be the best way to do it. Whoops. Draw. Set color. This is where we're going to say our is selected. Right? And we could do make color RGB. What are my values? RGB values. This works better. We're gonna do 8. I need 3 of them. 80. It is 60 and 0. Let's try that first. Then we're gonna say, is it hovered? Oops, hovered. make so we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna make these all straight for a minute, and we're gonna say UK gray. All right, that should make it okay. Should. Yes. Because let me lower that. We're gonna say draw set. No wait, draw. What's my the rectangle? Oh, just draw a rectangle. Oh. All right, so we're going to do draw rectangle. We have a couple different things already determined. Up here, we have SX, our SY, slot W, and slot H. So, yeah. And those should be okay. So we're going to bring that in here. We're going to have to do SX, SY, plus our slot W, SY. I messed up. Hold on. SY plus slot height. False. SX, SY. This should be SX again, plus SY. Or I mean slot. All right, there we go. That should be better. Then we have our border. We can bring that up, right? Is selected yellow, hovered. We're going to change this last component here. So hovered should now be white. And make color RGB. And we're just going to set this straight up to 100, 100, 100. This does not need to be here. There. Right? So now... Hello?
Hello there. Democracy. Hello there. Another happy landing.
Have a happy landing. Welcome in, homeless. You're late today, homeless. Sick of it. And how are you doing this morning? Okay, so then we don't need to change this. We're gonna leave this as dark. No, this should be border color. Then we have our color rectangle. We're going to change that to true. So we have draw rectangle again, but we're going to change this. This has to be +1 to offset it. System plus Y. A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. Yes, very true. Very, very true, homeless. Let's see. Now for these, we want -1, and the same thing for the height. Okay, that should give it to us, right? Okay. We're going to end this. There we go. All right, let's give it a try. If you have not homeless, here is the link to the game on the browser. You can give it a shot, try it out. If you have suggestions on stuff, let me know. All right, so we said escape. We're going to start game. This guy talks. You got to hit space to go through it. We'll come in here. Oh, wait. I know what we're going to do. We're going to close that. We're going to turn on some extra weapons. He already has 4 weapons. Because I need to test it. And we're going to get our controller. Because that way we can test getting it to work on a controller too. All right. Oh, I think I forgot one. We have 3 weapons. That's fine. All right. Let's go in here. We're going to pick another weapon. But now we're going to say this. That did not work the way I thought it was going to work. It works here. All right, so I got to get it to work with the mouse. It works fine on controller. Yes. So controller is doing well. It's just the mouse selecting is not changing the hovering. All right. Right? Because now D-pad works this. So let's choose that. Oh, we can't do it. Let's get rid of... We can select them. This moves the yellow here. And then we'll hit B to close that. We'll say A to select and down to go. All right. Well... So let me update our notes. It works. It works for the control the gamepad. And welcome in, Fuzzy. How you doing? All right, so it works for gamepad, but not with the mouse, right? That's what we're writing. This is what we updated. Is hovered. Mouse button, left press. And let me try it on the browser, right? Let's run the game here and try it with the oh, isn't that weird? The lighting is weird with the controller. Right? Oh, it was with the controller. Okay. I kept trying it on the keyboard, and I was like, it works fine if I grab it with the controller, or I mean with the keyboard. It was working fine for me. So watch, like, let me restart it. I wasn't able to replicate it. So now we're gonna oh, it won't work because it thinks the controller's on. Let me turn my controller off. All right. Let's try this again. Oh no, it's still doing it on here. That's weird. It's like going the opposite direction of what it should. Does it do it on here? I think this is where I was having problems, Q. I didn't realize that because, like, if I start the game, it works fine here. See? If I go down, the light goes with it. Yeah, but it's only happening on the browser. I did not realize that. Okay. I kept trying. I was like, no, I can't get it to reproduce. And I didn't try it on the browser. But it is happening on the browser. All right. So the browser is seeing it weird. On browser, light goes other way than player. I don't know what the hell to call it. All right. It works fine here, right? It moves with the player. That is correct here. So, and if we go into the other room after that guy leaves, it follows it fine here. So, we come back to this. It does it here. It's on the browser. What the hell? Does it do it here? No, it's only near the edges. The north and south edge, which is weird. Why would it do that on the browser and not in the game itself? Okay. I should start. I need to start testing more on the browser, because this isn't what it does in the game. Like if I run it from inside GameMaker, it runs just fine. Yeah. All right. That's weird. That is for sure weird. I don't know, maybe. I'm getting better at trying to get my code to work well with the browser. Benuch, you don't recall having issues with the lighting when you were using the controller. All right, so let me turn this back on. And we'll restart it. And we'll run the game with a controller. Yeah, see how like it goes the opposite direction now? This is also in full screen. So it now runs, when you click start, it runs it in full screen on the browser size. And let's go in here. And it looks fine here. But when I get to the very bottom or the top, all right, when I get up there, it does the same thing. Let's hit back. Let's do this. Let me edit this. I want to try it when it was back on the other sizing. Embedded in page, manual set, save. So now we're going to restart it. It's manually set into the page. We're going to run it again. No, it does it here too. Okay. So it has to be something with the browser top and bottom. That's just going to be weird. All right. I don't know on that one right now. Yeah, but it's got to be something with the browser, right? Because it does not do it if I run it from inside, like run the game here. So you see how like it follows the player. Yeah, but not like if I'm up here, it follows it and it follows it just fine here. It's only with the browser. See, it's fine there, and it goes all the way down with it here. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is something with the border on a browser. I'm gonna have to look it up and see how I can get my light system to ignore that border. Well, there's not really, like, anything for it to do. It works fine in here, right? And this... Yeah, I mean, it works fine on running it from here. It's got to be some sort of conversion over to GX Games that has a limit to the browser edging. And I'm going to have to look that up, because I have no idea. But yeah, I did not test it. That was my fault. I did not test it in the browser. So I didn't understand what you were saying. I was like, oh, maybe he's having just some sort of problem, but I couldn't get it to work here, not realizing the two were having separate issues, right? Like no issue inside when I run it from GameMaker, but an issue on the other. That's weird. All right, I'll have to think about it and try to look something up. So GameMaker browser game lighting is being affected by north and south edge of the game. We'll just see if I can Google something. Okay, so lighting artifacts at the edge of a GameMaker browser game, HTML5, are commonly caused by texture interpoling. Right? This is what I looked up. So, texture interpoling. The north and south edges are particularly vulnerable due to how textures coordinates are calculated, resulting in flickering dark lines or incorrect browns or so. HTML, go to Game Options, HTML 5, Graphics, turn off interpole colors between pixels. I don't think that's causing the problem. Adjust surface drawing position, pixel alignment, maybe. If the lighting surface is not drawn at integer positions, WebGL will try to blend it, causing artifacts. I don't know if that is quite what it's doing. GameMaker browser game. Lighting goes opposite of player when near north and south edges of the game. This issue occurs when the lighting surface is not properly accounting for the camera's position relative to the room boundaries, often caused by the camera clamping at the edge while the player continues to move. When the player is near that edge, the lighting surface, which is often drawn relative to the camera view, becomes disconnected from the player's movement. Okay, that sounds more correct. Likely causes camera clamping. The view is restricted from leaving the room, true, but your light drawing code assumes the camera and surface keeps moving. Sounds true. Surface coordinate miscalculation and scaling and stretch issues. Solution. Alright. Solution. Fix surface position and draw event. Adjust the lighting. And it's weird. Let me copy this and put this into the other browser. Let me see what this browser says. Okay, so now this one is saying often referred to as inverted or mirrored lighting when near the room edges. Y coordinates. Okay, it's still showing some of the same stuff. Right? So let's come in here. System lighting. Let's copy our draw event. All right, let's move that up here. All right, so this is it, right? So now I can look at it and we can start trying to, I can look at it next to the other browser and try to look at the code at the same time while we figure this out. Right? So it says the most common cause is drawing the dark surface at 0, 0 instead of camera X. What scripts do I have for lighting? Rooms transition. Did I make one for lighting? I don't have a light helper, cursor helper, portal helper, debug, player weapons. No. All right. Here specifically, where do I have the vinaigrette? This is it right here. Oh, wait. Scripts. It's not in scripts. It's in shaders. Where did I put shaders? It's a good question. Guess we'll look for it. Oh, system manager here. All right, let's move that here. And that way if I screw this up, I have the other, I have the code still. Let's put it there. All right. Okay, so we're getting base texture here, right? We calculate the distance here. Normalize, smooth fall off, grain, and our applied darkness. I think if I look, I know you can't see, you can see the note, you can't see the other browser. But I'm looking at this set of code here to adjust with the applying the darkness part of this. And I need this open. All right. So what if, and this is not my shader, by the way. But I think I know enough of it to edit this. Shaders I am not good at. I can't even remember which. I found it on one of the GameMaker forums somebody was using. So shader. Let's go into our lighting. We're looking for shader, the like set uniform stuff, right? Okay, so that's all down here because that calls stuff in here. Yeah. All right, let's Doesn't shade depend on the number of trees in your backyard? Yes, and that's probably part of the problem, Kelvar. I don't really have a whole lot of trees here. Being right on the edge of the desert, there's just not a lot of shade, and that's probably why I'm having problems with this. Yeah. All right, we're going to adjust, I think, the player position with the shader. Right. We are going to change it to add in our display height right here, because it's on the Y, right, Q? It was on the north and the south, so the Y of it, display get GUI. No, wait. I bet I can just... Hold on. GUI. Height. Right? Macro. Macros. Display, get GUI. Yes, I do have that already set up. GUI here. It's not a... we're going to say minus the Y. We're going to run it. So now it's opposite here, which is weird. But I'm going to have to make a copy of this, and let's put it up on the browser and see what it does. Right? So let me, whoops, what the hell? I hate when GameMaker switches and like sends half of its screen over onto another monitor. Anyways. Let's make this. Let's save locally. Project. I'm going to delete. Yes, I'm going to delete the file off the browser. And we're going to save it so it's not there. Then I'll put this back to Windows so I don't have the problem like I did first thing. We upload the new file. Tell it Windows. We save it. All right, let's come down here. This one. Run. What the hell? That is so weird. All right, it looks like it's fixed. But it is fixed here. But it runs opposite when it's not on the browser. Q. And anybody else, if you are on here, refresh that browser and now identify which way the lighting is going for you. Did it in fact fix it for everybody? Because I think so. All right, we're gonna go in here, go check out the next room. It looks like the lighting is correct. Get away from me. No touch. No touch. Still working good on the left and the right because we only adjusted the display height with the width. Oh, and I left it on here again with 3 weapons. I do that all the time. But that's fine. All right, it's working for me. But if anybody in chat wants to try it, please go to the page, try the game, and let me know what you think it's doing. Oh, I should try it with controller. Let me turn that on. All right. Okay, so it's still doing the same. It's working, I should say. It's working. All right. Oh, what the hell? I can... All right, never mind. Let's go back. That'll work just fine. Working for you? Okay. All right. We can get rid of that help page. Go here. And as a side note, this is Mr. D-Boy's game called Mr. Farm Boy. It is a cozy farming sim. At some point this weekend, I think, over the next couple of days, we'll be giving out some codes for it, right? So we'll be doing drawings, I think, maybe on Jeepin' stream. I know she is at some point. I have to as well. And I just don't know when I'm going to do it. I need to set up... Oh, that's probably a good idea. I should probably set up something that I can do a drawing. So... probably stream elements. Chatbot, maybe. Modules? No. Raffle. All right. I see how I'll do. I'll be doing that probably later today. All right, let me look at messages. All right, I'm good. So after stream today, I'm heading out to meet up with some of the off-road group who are working on their vehicles, and I'm going to be working on mine. I have to adjust my steering a little bit. My wheels are slightly off alignment, so they're about 1 inch to the left. So they're facing like 1 inch to the driver's side. So I'm going to realign those and then retighten the track bar up. So we're going to be doing some of that today. All right. Let's think about what we want to do next. But it's... All right. It's weird that it is now doing the opposite here when I run the game versus what it does on the browser, which is it's just weird, right? It's just weird. All right. Let's move on to the other problem. So go back here. I don't need this stuff now. We fixed this for now. right? Draw vinaigrette. Yeah, I don't need this. But I do want is we need to go into System Store Manager. In our yellow selection box. All right, so here's something for everybody else to test. Inside the browser, when you go in and you are maxed out on weapons. So right now, you already start with 3 weapons. It's just the way it is. Right? So we're going to test it. Everybody starts with 3 weapons. Gets you through things a little faster. Then you come in, you go to the here. Let's say we want a crossbow and the axe. This is not highlighting and selecting for me, although I do see this, and that's slightly off a bit. Right? It doesn't highlight until almost near the end of it. And over on the side. All right. But on the controller, I can select it just fine. Except I also see the purchase panels moving at the same time. Man, it's always something. Right? Always something with that. All right. Well, let's work on this first with it works with the gamepad, but not if in cell mode. Mouse, get X. We have our display get GUI width divided by window get width. Our hovered, if hovered and mouse check button pressed, and it confirms. But our yellow selecting box is not correct. So if we run this again, what is it doing? I mean, besides it not being correct on the size. So you have to be off a little bit to get it to work. If I hover over this, is it interacting with the background? No. That only does it on the D-pad. You can see it moving here. It highlights it, gives it a different color gray. But we want this yellow to move like that. probably have it wrong. So where? This is press B to cancel or escape. Okay, so that's if you are using one or the other for the input. Border color is selected is yellow. But if you're hovering, it's white. So do I have to click on it to make it yellow? I shouldn't have to. Oh, and now I can't click on this now. What is going on? All right. This selects sort of. What the hell? All right. Why is this not unselecting? But all right. Anyways, we want one. We can't. I need this to work here. Okay, that's on a browser. What is it doing here when I run it from the game? We have, I know the lighting is opposite here. I'm gonna have to fix that too, because I'll have to do it as like, if in browser mode, do this. If in window game type stuff, do this. Yeah, it's doing the opposite here, which is fine. Select. No, see, it's perfect in here. Oh, it's the browser. The browser is causing me the problems. And that one doesn't unselect when I come here, but these ones do. So what the hell? All right, let's. If I'm on here, oh, okay. If I move it with the controller, it changes the purchase panels. So just right. If we try to purchase that and hit A, we're here, and I can move it just fine here. The game is definitely controller recommended. All right. Homeless Sophie treat. We can do that. Let's switch over if my Stream Deck wants to do it. There we are. There we go. Thank you for that, Homeless. She appreciates it. All right. It's been almost an hour, so we have ads in, I don't know, starting in about a minute. When they occur, I am going to take another beer right back. I do need to get some more coffee. And then we'll come back here and try to figure out this whole browser situation. But I think we'll try to get this to work too. So the game is definitely controller recommended right now. All right. Well, let's close that. I'm gonna have to look up, I think, the browser offset for some of this stuff. Always hate when there's a little bug in the system like that, right? And I'm getting better at putting games up on the browser. Usually I just made it so you download it. But now I'm trying to get it so you play them on the browser. It's easier to get people to test it that way. But that also means I got a whole bunch of stuff I have no idea how to do. So, okay. Anyways, there is the ads. I am going to take a quick be right back, and I will see everybody soon. Hang tight. Okay. We're back. So, let's take a moment here. Chit chat while I look at my messages. Let's see where. Um. Still up for. So I'm meeting up with some off-road members today, right? Of the same group. We're working on our vehicles today. All right, there. All right, let's think about this. So when we're in here, this is offset when in the browser, but when you're not in the browser, it works fine. I'm gonna have to change up the mouse get X and mouse get, like window mouse get X and window mouse get Y with the GUI width in height. I think, yeah, because this needs to come over here. All right. So, and that was on the cell panels. Cell, yes. Cell panels. System store. System store. Well, I think it's going to be these. I think these need to change. We're going to copy those out. And we're just going to make it so it's the window mouse get X. And we're going to say 0. Window. That's not right. It needs to be, I think, device mouse X to GUI. There it is. And let's do MY and device mouse Y to GUI 0. All right. That was the controller. Well, we're gonna run it and try it and see if it messes it up in here, and then we're gonna have to update the itch page with it. I know the lighting is backwards still, only on the window game. Okay. It's coming in. Test. Still, I mean, it's still selecting it. It's just not hovering like the yellow yet, which is fine. But I guess let's test it on the browser. So on the browser, let me delete that file again. And save. You know, I just had a thought. I'm hoping this is not... I'm going to take it into draft mode, actually. So now you should not be able to see the page. Right? Okay. That way, because I just had a thought. Every time I'm updating this, I think it's letting people know. Like, sending an email like, hey, he uploaded a game. He uploaded a game. And I'm accidentally spamming people. So I hope it's not. But so I need to delete the old file. We're going to make a new file. Save locally. What's another email to auto delete? Yeah, that's it. That's all. Just, you know, it's fine. I just had that thought. I was like, what if, like, it's just emailing people every time I update it? I'm like, you know what? Itch would do that. And right. So I just took it in the draft mode for a little while. Upload. Oh, nope. Wrong button. Oh, I have sound on my phone. Getting a spam call. I like when it says spam risk. Like, why would I answer that? All right. Let's view the page. You're not going to be able to see it because I'm not logged into itch on this browser. I'm not logged into many things on this browser. All right, run game. Start. The lighting still works good. Browser or portal. Oh, I might be able to get this to work. Hold on. All right. I wonder if I can get it to accept the chess page. There we go. All right. Let's go here. Take one more. We're going to take one more. All right. That looks like it fixed the issue. So now it's highlighting better. And you mouse over it and the zone is on top of the button now. All right. Slow wins, right? So now we have that working. In here, let's start it again. Because I think what we need to do now is... Oops. Shitola. See, this is what I'm talking about. I tried it. All right, I made the mistake. I tried to run it as a GX game again. It opens it in the web page, but it is not running. I can't see anything with it. And I just don't know. I got to be missing something with that. I should be able to. I should. Because that's technically how I'm supposed to test it. Except, you know. The debugger has not received a response from the target. It may be a network or firewall issue. We're going to abort it. But now I need to save. We're going to switch this over to window, save again. All right, we're going to have to close this all the way down to get it to come back up. And you know what? Maybe I can look it up. Maybe let's try to fix that. GameMaker opening GX game All right, there we go. Use the browser console for error. Yeah. Clear the asset cache, breakpoints, ensure what the hell? Oh, do I just have a test? No, I don't. I see GX games, but I don't see... what do I got? Switches, Xbox, PlayStations, TV OS, Android OS, Ubuntu. Here. But that's it. It's not... I don't see one called test. Well... I don't know. So I wonder, okay, I made it. I wonder if I have to open the executable or the zip file. So let me do that. We're going to try to see if I can get this to work. All right. Exception thrown, see JavaScript console. All right, fine. It's not going to work that way. I get it. I get it. Okay. Whatever. All right. We want to go back. Oops. And run it as a Windows program. I am going to have to look up why this does this and why it won't do it for both. But for now, whatever. Okay. Getting updates on the repair situation. All right. Come in. Where is he? Oh, there he is. I was like, there is one guy left. He's just meandering over. So we purchased this. We want to buy another one. It's selecting properly, right? Let me turn on the controller. Let's try it here. A. Select. This works nice, right? So that works okay. Let's minimize that for a minute. Let's open it up on the browser, restore the game. All right, there we go. So that works okay with the controller on the browser. If I try to buy it, it comes in here, and that works okay. It's just the mouse is still not wanting to work. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, when we're in here, where's the sell mode? Right here. Maybe I should say swap. Swamp might be a better word. I mean, we have that. Our hovering works fine with gamepad, but still not. I mean, it's working, but not working, right? And these I got to work on. You're going to have a turret. You're going to have a little bomb and a grenade. It works, but not the way I think it's working. All right, let's try changing some of my values around. We're looking up. Is selected, hovered. 253, 218, and 13. Let's run it. All right, we're in here. Select. It did change this, but it's not moving. This changes it to a dark gray. So maybe I need to change the second set of numbers. Right? We made it a cadmium color, which is this. But like let's make it like gold. How about 239 with 218, 13. Now, I could probably also get rid of this. And maybe we do DB32. Hold on. Where is my macros? Color. We have yellow, lime, green. It's woodland, calypso, ox blue, gall gray. All right. I don't have a lot of yellow. Oh, sycamore. Let's do sycamore. DB32 underscore sycamore. Now, this DB32, whoops, DB32 underscore. Let's see if we change it to Buccaneer. Let's see what it does. What if I need to, if I hover it, so we have selected, hovered. UB32. Let's make some crazy colors so I can see what's going on here. All right, we'll go in here. We'll select 1, 2. Okay, so this. That's the background, which is the Buccaneer. This is the cyan for the selecting. I don't know why this one is solid yellow. And can I help you? What you doing, Arlen? For those that don't know, the squawker in the background. I'm looking to see if you can hear it. A little bit, right? You can hear the bird. She's a 4-year-old Quaker parrot who is having some sunlight from the window come down and hit her cage. And she's excited. She's like, there's sunlight. She likes it in the spring. She likes it all the time. She's just a happy bird. Okay, so let's leave them as all Buccaneer. Do we like cyan as a select color, or should it be the yellow for select color? And the question is, does it work here? D-pad. See, D-pad moves the yellow. That's so weird. All right. Well, I don't know what else is going on with this, right? Because this works, but it works only cyan with the mouse, not the yellow. So, but it works fine under a controller. And we have Sycamore is selected. Buccaneer. So Buccaneer is the base color, right? Then we have Hovered and Sycamore. Our Sycamore is the yellow. It's just weird. I don't understand what it's doing. Homeless, thank you for the Sophie treat. She appreciates it. Right, Sophie? Let's see if it'll switch over. There she is. All right. So, Homeless, what are you up to today? Doing anything fun and exciting? So we have a couple things going on. Well, it's pouring outside. Oh, all right. Well, it's pouring outside, so you and Homeless Junior are inside till it stops. Gotcha. It's not set to rain here, but it is a little colder today. It's in the 40s now, but like this morning it was in the 20s. Okay. Just getting updates about what I'm doing today. She's pretending to be a chipmunk. Nice. I don't know if anybody else did this or I'm just weird, but I like if I'm eating like grapes or stuff like that. I love shoving them all into like the corner, like into my pocket of the cheek, and then slowly eating on them like a chipmunk. I did it a lot as a kid. I still occasionally do it, but you know. It's weird. It's okay. Yeah, you eat a lot of broccoli. There's no slow eating for you. I know. The slow, like, I do it when like watching movies, or at the movies. Like I'll take a bunch of either popcorn or like here if I'm eating grapes or something, and just shove them all into my pot, like into the cheek here, and slowly eat on it. I don't know. It's just one of my weird things. That's all. If we say border color is selected yellow, that's correct. But we're going to say DB32 Sycamore. Oops. Sycamore. You peel the skin. You peel the skin. Oh, yeah, with your teeth. And then eat the skin, and then the skinless grape. Yeah. I do the same thing with, like, M&Ms. I'll put a bunch in my mouth and, like, break the shell off. I don't know. Sunflower seeds, that kind of stuff. I do the same thing. And you eat the crust around combos, then eat the pizza center last. Oh, I've done that with the combos. That's fun to do. Break it open a little bit. Yeah, it's oddities, right? It's just silly things we do. I don't, and I know I got something mixed up right here. Oh, you can't see it. Why can't you see it? Because the game's in the way. So this is like, it turns cyan. This is the Buccaneer color, and that is the Sycamore color, right? But, yeah. Homeless, you take your battleships out of the toilet, you cut them up with a butter knife, and then you fry and eat them. I mean, you know, to each their own. Which, that would be your own. I'm like, you know, it's fine. Someone recently was telling me about playing Toilet Battleship, right? Where you have to, like, I don't know, there's some game with it where you take a picture of it and send it to your friend or something. And you have to guess, like, what part of, like, the quadrant or where it is or something in the toilet. And I was like, oh, that sounds like something I would do, like, if I was, like, 12. Just kidding. I probably did it yesterday. But, you know, hey. See, you challenge it. You're going to drop the first battleship. I know. It's going to happen. So, all right, we're saying if it is selected, it's Sycamore. But Sycamore is a yellow, right? So select it. Then hover. So these are two things, right? What if we made, say, DB Sycamore instead of the cyan? Because we have is selected, that is the D-pad is selected yellow. Hovered. We're gonna make this C white. And we're gonna make this like that. So they're pretty much identical now. let's stop it. Let's rerun it. Hamster, good morning. How's it going so far? Oh, here, you'll like this. As soon as it comes up. Sophie, just hang out. All right. We start the game. This is the starting room, right? Which we're working on. But this is where the walls are that I was struggling with. I think they've come out so far okay. I'm still working on the edging of them so far a little bit more, but the side of the wall is good, right? I like the way this has come out. So here, the gradient effect on here, I like how this turned out. But the edging, I'm still struggling with. I've tried all different things, but I'll get it. And you can't really see it very well here anyways, right? But I still want it to be correct. So I'll mess with it still. All right, we'll go into the room here, select one, try to select another. This is white. No, I don't like that. Because if we hit escape, oh, my controller went off. And try it again. See, white and yellow, that looks good. Like, this looks good on the controller, but the mouse is being weird. All right, so the mouse is making it white. D-pad is making it yellow. Oh, this is showing both of these at the same time. That's why this is staying yellow. Hi, Arwen. Arwen. Arwen, the Quaker Bear, wanted to talk to everybody. Yes. Okay. Anyways, all right, so now I've solved this. Okay, so it's staying yellow because it shows the controller selecting it. And the mouse is white. So we're going to go back into here. That's this part. All right. I would just make the top of the wall facing you a bit lower and extend the above. Here, let's go back to this real fast. So I tried it a couple of different ways, right? I tried to give it like a 3D style look, like I edged it backwards, like here. And I tried up here as well. I was just messing around, right? But this won't be this way because it has to connect to, if I have it like that, it looks like this. So it needs to connect all the way across. And I think what you mean is make this smaller to match, like to make it look like it goes backwards a little bit. Yeah. You would make the top of the wall facing you a bit lower and extend the top above. Oh, extend it. It's amazing how tough walls are. Right? Okay. Last weekend I figured out how to do the gradient. I had never done it before, so I like using that. Top of the walls, I don't know, not so much. Or we'll figure this out. All right. What we need is sycamore. Let's put sycamore there and sycamore there. And let's rerun it. So we go in, we'll have to run through this. Okay. Let's go in now. We can select this one and this. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Right? And D-pad yellow, yellow, yellow. What I have to do is get yellow or the D-pad to not be seen if we're using a mouse and keyboard, I think is the problem. Right? If I try to select it, because it stops seeing the mouse, and it works fine for the controller, but not for the mouse and keyboard. All right, but I think that looks okay. B, select, go there. Why can't I move? Did I break something? I think I broke something. Alright, but I can move with the keyboard now. Yay. What did I break? How did I break it? I was only working on this. I don't know. Hamster, highlight the vertical top, copy, rotate, and place it over the top. Copy, highlight the vertical top, you copy it, you rotate it, and place it over the top of the horizontal wall on a different layer so you can see what it looks like without changing your existing wall. True. All right, so I gotta make a layer. New layer. We want to highlight and copy this. And then paste into a layer. There. If I hold shift while rotating with the mouse. What? Oh, I see. Snaps to the grip. Sorta. I gotcha. Okay. All right. We'll come back to that. In Calvar, yes, fix something, break something. Somehow I broke the gamepad now. But we're getting better on this. Looking proper, right? We're getting there. We're getting there. What I hold on, what? Get the rotate icon over the corner dot of the selection, then hold shift. So that hold shift. You mean this? Oh, okay. That's cool. Nice. So, if hovered, I needed to not have the mouse showing when the controller is in use. I think that's part of the problem. Wait, no. I needed to, when the mouse is in use, have the D-pad not selected. And I wonder if that's because it's on. It's just little oddities with this stuff, right? I still have to fix this. Okay, so if I go up, the lighting comes down, right? If I go down, the lighting goes up. But I had to reverse it so that it would work properly on the browser, right? See how, like, I go down, the light goes up? But now, if I close this and we open this back up on a browser, and we start the game, the lighting works perfect. It stays with the player. I don't know why that's reversed, but I had to do that to get it to work. So, weird oddities that I am learning as browser play is added to this. All right, let me see what is going on. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's got to be something with browser play, right? Because, like, this. All right, so what you're looking at here is the browser, right? If I go up, the light stays with the player. If I go down, the light stays with the player. So it works fine in the browser now, but to get it to work that way, I had to flip it, offset Y, And now, on the regular game, it does the opposite, right? So if I get close to the top, the light's down here. If I come down to the bottom, the light goes up. See, the player's down here. But it works properly on the browser, which is all I really need because it's only going to be a browser play game. Like, I don't know. I don't know why it does it. But, you know, who am I to ask these? Well, I was going to say, who am I to ask these questions? I'm everyone to ask these questions on this. I should be. But it's game dev, you know? It's got oddities in it. Lots of oddities. Okay, so we have this working. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good stopping point. We have this pretty much working, but there's some stuff I need to get done. I'm hoping that the off-road group, they're trying to determine if they're going to meet up to do work today on the vehicles, and if so, then I'm going to head out to wherever they are. One person is still trying to work on their vehicle to get it up and running to get it to where we're going. You may need to create a separate logic depending on your target platform. Yeah, probably. But I'm not going to go that deep into it. If it works right now on the browser, then I'm considering it working. I'm not going to make them work on both. So if I don't have to, it's just extra stuff maybe I don't need to do because there's only 3 weeks left in the game. So, but I think that's it. Like I said, I want to get ready to be able to take the Jeep out and work on it. So I think we're going to call it. All right. Well, since we're doing that, let's see who's out there. Homeless, thank you for the GGs. I appreciate it. And thank you to everyone for taking care of the dog today. She always appreciates it. And I'm trying to see who is on. All right, let me snooze that ad. There is not a lot of people on doing game dev today. Right? I know who we're going to visit. We have not visited some nerds here in a while. So we're going to go do that. Let's go visit two nerdy nerds, right? I love their work. If you have never seen it, you're going to love checking out their stuff. They are a really good co-stream game dev. It's good enough for government work. It is, right? And like I said, we're going to go visit two nerdy nerds. They are wonderful. I don't get to raid into them very often, but I do like watching their stuff. So I hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Enjoy your Saturday. Hopefully I get out there and be able to fix some stuff on the Jeep. Otherwise, it may be next weekend. And next weekend might be a better one too. It's going to be a lot warmer. So, but we'll see. Anyways, I will be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. And same digital time, same digital channel, all the normal stuff, right? Let's go have a great day. I hope you all will be there, and I will see you later. Bye now.